What's going on, everybody? It's the Jack here once again with another Wavature 101 video for you guys. Yeah, that's right. Professor Wavature is back at it again with the new and improved connection method video. How to brush your hair for better connections, how to gain better connections, what to do to start getting your hair to connect, what you need to get your waves to connect, anything that's going to be about connection and flow. This video is going to show you guys what to do, how to do it, when to do it, why to do it, and everything else that revolves around doing it. But before I hop into the video and start teaching you guys, I just got to say one thing. This one thing. Some of you, alright, how can I word this pretty, tactful? I'm not trying to hurt any feelings. But I know a couple of wavers whose waves is super dope. Waves is hitting, but they breath be kicking a little bit. No rhyme intended. So what I'm gonna tell you guys is brush your teeth as much as you brush your hair. You feel me? If you're brushing your hair about 2 to 3 times a day, you should be brushing your teeth about 2 to 3 times a day. You feel me? I think that's just something that's just one of those, my pet peeves. You feel me? I might come out with a whole pet peeve video when it comes to wavers, but that's definitely my top pet peeve is dudes with dope waves of bad breath. Like, brush your teeth too. Oral hygiene is just as important as having dope and good looking hair. Alright? Got me? Bet. Alright. So, first things first, to better your connections, you're gonna have to have patience. Connections do not develop overnight. Connections is something that, even elite wavers are still working on. Because let's be honest, it's borderline, I don't want to say impossible, but it takes a very long time to have a flawless pattern. You feel me? So with that being said, you're going to have to be patient. Now you're also going to have consistency with your brush strokes. You got to brush the same way every time you brush. You cannot change it at all. Because every time you change your angle, you're changing the way your hair is being trained, and that's going to, make your progress take a step back. You gotta stay consistent. Also, you guys, to better your connections and to better your flow, you guys just have to learn your hair. You have to learn, what direction your hair wants to be brushing, what direction your hair lays the best at. You guys are gonna just have to, do those little things first before you even, start the actual method. You just need those personal intangibles. You feel me? You need those character traits. A lot of things that revolve around waving is patience and consistency. In my opinion, those are like the top 2 things that, comes with wave development, other than actually brushing your hair, is being patient and having consistency. You feel me? Then learning your hair as well. Those 3 things are very important before you even think about jumping into picking up your brush and all that stuff, alright? But yeah, with that being said, the tools needed to better your flow is really simple. You're gonna need yourself a brush, and this, oh man, hold on. That's another pet peeve. Other people's hair in my brush, that's another pet peeve. But you're gonna need yourself a brush. This method goes for any style of brush, regardless if you're using a curved brush, a flat brush, a soft brush, a medium brush, a handheld brush like this one. If you're using a club brush, it doesn't matter what type of brush you're using. This method is universal. It's for everything. You're also gonna need that mirror. You're gonna need that mirror because you're not gonna brush your hair without your mirror, right? You don't do that, right? You feel? And especially when it comes to bettering your flow, your mirror is important. That's actually tip number 1 for you guys. Is brushing with the mirror, brushing in the mirror, brushing using your hand mirror. Just so you can see what you're doing. It's kind of hard to, perfect something if you're not seeing what you're trying to perfect. You got to be able to see your whole head. You feel me? You can't really better your connections or better your flow if you don't know what you're doing back here. You feel me? Like when you're brushing your top, you can see that mostly. When you're brushing your side, you can see that mostly. Even your other side, you can see that mostly. But when you're brushing your crown in the back of your hair, you can't really see what you're doing. So the best way to gain the sight of back there is to brush with the mirror, regardless if you use your mirror like this and put it in the back, or if you actually turn your back and use your mirror like this. Whenever it comes down to it, whatever way you want to use it, just make sure you're using it, alright? Another tip is, let me come on my Durag so I can physically show you guys this. Look at that. Alright. So, when you guys are brushing your hair, to better your flow and to better your connections and to better all that good stuff, you guys are gonna wanna brush from your crown like so and come all the way down. Brush from your crown and follow all the way through. Just like this. And also, it's very important to brush slowly. When you brush fast, I feel like you can make more mistakes with your angles if you're trying to brush too fast. You want to just brush nice and slowly from your crown. This is something I've been doing, for about the last year or so, and I feel like that my hair and my progress, really has improved a lot since I've, started brushing slowly and just brushing all the way from my crown all the way through. And especially with brushing like slowly, I feel like when you chop brush and you're brushing fast and you just stand here like that, you're kind of putting in effort, but that effort isn't like effective. You feel me? You want to put in, you want to be effective and efficient. And I feel like you're not going to be effective just really going in at your hair because you're not laying your hair, you're just raking it at that point. You don't want to treat your hair like grass. You feel me? You don't want to just rake it. You want to brush it. You want to go all the way through. Like this. That's how you guys want to brush. Just nice and slow from your crown all the way through. Alright guys, that's literally how you're gonna brush your hair to better your flow. Also, a couple other tips to better your flow. You guys are gonna want to woof, because when you woof and you let your hair get thicker, you let the areas that haven't waved up, or are having trouble waving up, you're giving that area time for those waves to start developing. It's kind of hard to develop your waves in certain areas of your head if you're not letting that hair grow. As I always tell you guys, waves are laid down curls. You have to allow your hair to curl up in order to lay those curls down to develop your waves. If you're constantly, getting routine cuts and cutting your hair, remotely short every time you cut your hair, you're not going to have, progress in those areas that you're struggling with. Taking out forks is going to be kind of difficult because of the fact that you're not, letting your hair grow. You're not letting that fork move. You feel me? When it comes to moving a fork and things of that nature, that fork doesn't just disappear. It moves. You feel me? You have to keep pushing it down and down. Like I think this fork right here that I got right here. This fork used to be back here way back when. But now it's down here, which is a good thing because that means it's moving it. Because when you move one fork, it shifts the waves in that area. So you move that fork here, so like that fork moves here. Then after that fork is here, it moves here. Then as you continue to work on the fork, it's gonna move here, then here, then here. Then all of a sudden you're gonna realize it's not there no more because you moved it out. You feel me? Forks just, because you're not just adjusting the fork, you're adjusting everything around the fork. You guys feel me on that? But yeah, other ways to better your connections is to comb through your waves. I think I made a video on my brush techniques of how I comb through my hair. If you guys want to see that, you guys could go watch that video as well. But that's super important when it comes to, you know, developing your flows, combing through your hair, because combing your hair really does help with stretching out those curls, which helps with definition. And when your hair becomes more, when your waves become more defined and starts adding that depth factor to it, I feel like overall your connections are gonna look better because your waves are going to look deeper. You feel me? Your waves are going to look more defined, therefore they're gonna look better, more connected, at least in my opinion. Also, it's very important to find your angles early on in your wave journey to better your connections later on. Because if you don't find your angles now, like when you first start or like your first few months, if you don't find your consistent angles and you're constantly switching up those angles, you feel me, your connections are never gonna come. You're never gonna hit that connection stage. You're never gonna hit that part where you're focusing just solely on connections. You feel me? You're gonna stay in the ripple stage because of the fact that, you know, you don't know how to brush your hair. You feel me? That's the reason why I told you guys at the beginning of the video, you have to learn your hair. You have to learn how to brush your hair. You feel me? Like, it's a simple thing to do, but it's not like it's super complicated. So as far as how to brush your hair, but learning your angles is when the complications occur. You feel me? If you guys need help on finding your angles, I actually did a video on that twice within the last year. Definitely go check that out as far as, you know, how to find your angles and my tips and tricks for that. In terms of bettering the connections within your crown, that's very, very simple. One, you gotta whip your crown out. Keep your crown, you know, about a half guard longer than the rest of your hair. Two, isolate your crown and actually brush your crown as if it's on its own side. And three, brush from your crown. When you brush from your crown, like the way that I was just telling you guys earlier on, you actually just, as a whole, you're going to hit your crown as you're hitting everything else. So I feel like your connections overall are just going to be better because everything is getting hit. Every brush stroke that you're doing is hitting every part of your head from your crown all the way down, regardless if it's from your crown to your top, your crown to your sides, your crown to your back, or if it's just the crown itself. Everything is getting hit. That's the reason why I feel like brushing from your crown is the best way to brush your hair, period. Not just for better connections, but just for wave development as a whole. I really think that just brushing from your crown is the best way to go. That's kind of gonna wrap up this video. This video was a lot quicker than I kind of expected. The video was a lot quicker than you know, a lot of my previous videos. However, I just think that, you know, that bettering your connections is very simple. You know, I don't have to go into depth, you know, extremely long or extremely deep. I could just, you know, it's very simple, you know, tricks and tips that I had to give you guys. You know, it's nothing too crazy. I could have probably elaborated more on my brush session, but this isn't really a brush session video. You feel me? I don't think that you guys needed to watch me brush for, you know, 5-10 minutes when I could just tell you guys what to do, give you guys a quick little synopsis, and you guys could take that and go incorporate it within your own wave journeys. But yeah, so that's gonna wrap this video up. I'm about to rag up and, you know, gotta go on about my day. Matter of fact, before I rag up, I'm gonna moisturize my hair. My hair looks kind of dry right now. So yeah, I'm about to moisturize, brush my hair, and then go about my day. You guys continue having a great day, continue having a great week. I'll see you guys next week. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. I'm currently at 1,530. I appreciate you guys for getting me to my goal of 1,500, period. Now my goal is to hit 2,000, so I'm trying to hit 2,000. Make sure you guys get me to 2,000. The best way to get me there is to hit that button to subscribe and also hit the notifications bell as well, so all my videos get pushed to you. Also, keep that brush in motion if you want the ocean. I can't stress that enough. A lot of times when it comes to getting waves, people fall in love with, you know, products and do-rags and methods and so much other stuff that doesn't revolve around the brush. So I feel like you guys gotta just focus on brushing and everything will follow suit. Keep that wave shit going. Pick a goal and go get it, and I'll see you guys real soon, alright? I'm out of here. Peace.